Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to go through all of the photo shoots that I have done so far this year, and I've done 4. I've just realised that the dogs have left a giant pile of cardboard in my hallway. Anyway, I just got my final edits back from the most recent shoot that I've done, and I thought what better time to go through everything that I have done so far this year, and I can react to them, tell you what was happening, what I would do differently next time, what my thoughts were, all those kind of things. So let's start with the very first shoot. Alright, shoot number 1 was our Jug Fit group shoot, and I've done 2 vlogs on this already. I did one about the prep, and then I also did one about the actual shoot day itself. There was a whole group of girls that came together. We had our hair done, we had makeup done, we had 2 different looks. We got our Jug Fit activewear, the first ever collection to be released by Jug Fit, and so ladies wore a different combination of blue and or pink. And there were also some of the oversized tees that were going around. One of the makeup artists and our hair artist also are Jug Fit clients, so they also got to join in for some of the photos too. And then we were shooting with Josh from Alt Art Co, and this is our second team shoot that we have done with Josh. He did it with us last year as well. The big thing that was different for us this year was not only the Jug Fit activewear collection, but also the location. Last year we were in a much smaller studio. It was so hot. It was a much smaller space and a cyclorama, I want to say, but only in one corner. So it was a little bit difficult to fit so many people in and to get the angles without getting like the top of the roof in. Of course Josh nailed it, he did such a great job. But this year just like kicked it up a whole nother level. My phone is updating. I did some shots by myself in my full blue outfit, and I really love how these individuals turned out. I loved my hair, I loved my makeup. My tan was done by Breeze Beauty in Yarrawonga. Perfection, the best colour, and it just sits so nicely with that blue. These solos were so fun. Took me a while to kind of loosen up, like heaps of people were still getting ready. Our coaches had done their kind of individual shots and people were still arriving, and it kind of took me a little bit to loosen up, but Josh just makes it so easy. Yeah, it was just so fun. So like the laughs are genuine laughs. Then we started moving into some more like activewear kind of poses. So I did some lunges, some squats, and then some more like open long poses. Super grateful for Steph for fixing my hair in this one. Like it just looks nicer. I don't look like I have a slick bun when I have just had my hair beautifully curled. And then this photo, I did a photo like this in my individual shoot last year, and Steph was like, let's recreate that pose, and so we redid it in this year's color. I'll put both of them here so you can have a look. And we move into some group shots, I think. The thing that I loved about this shoot too was that there were so many different women in so many different stages of their life. Like there were young women who are like, you know, pretty high up in their sport. There were women who were pregnant. There were women who have just had babies not that long ago. There were grandparents. There were parents. It was just a real nice collection of people. Here's some more group shots. We then started to play with levels as more people came in. It started getting quite big. There was quite a few people here. Okay, the next shoot I did was unplanned. A new colorway had come in of the Jug Fit activewear. They needed photos for the website and like socials, and so I was asked if I would model the activewear because it was in the size that I wear. So I wore this beautiful blue set. We had this exact set in the pink in the photo shoot, and now this is like a really rich deep blue, which again, stunning. Rocked up to, if you live in Darwin, Goyder Square in Palmerston at 6:30 in the morning. Now when I say we, I mean Josh and Steph, I woke up to my alarm going off at 6:30 when I meant to like get up, do my hair, tan, like wash my tan off, do my makeup, actually look presentable. Instead I got there at 6:45 and was like beating my face in the car park trying to like look presentable. I look exhausted in these photos, and like they're not bad, it's just, you know, when you are tired and when you look tired, and I can see that in myself in these photos. So I love these photos for the opportunity that they were and like the experience of it all, but I just know I look tired. So anyway, it's all part of the experience. First with Steph to start, because I was wearing the shorts and she was wearing the tights, so just to get all the different pieces of the collection. Then we moved into some solo photos of just me in the blue, getting some of the different details like the crisscross in the back, the waistband, the scrunch in the bum, and just like how it sits on the body as you move, as well as like the logo detailing. This shoot was also with Josh again. Super easy, super fun, and yeah, just felt super comfortable. I wasn't feeling my best self because A, I'd slept in, and B, wasn't feeling too great about the body that day. Move into some group photos of the 3 different colorways that were being shot on this day. We then went around to the water tank where there's like a really cool just like concrete industrial backdrop, and did some more kind of posed shots there. I think by this time we'd been there for half an hour. Hello. We'd been there for half an hour. I'd like warmed up a little bit. I was just feeling a lot more comfortable, and I think the photos are proof of that. My next shoot was kind of spur of the moment. It was a collaboration between Bliss Photography Co and NS Beauty. I paid a very heavily discounted rate. NS Beauty did my makeup and my hair for the shoot, and Bliss Photography Co did the photo shoot. The vibe was dress on the beach at sunset, glowy, beautiful, stunning. Achieved. Like the birds in the background, the sunset absolutely turned it on for us as well. The colors were just so beautiful, and I think the white, I don't usually wear white, and I also don't usually wear gold in terms of my jewelry, so this was like a really different combination for me, but it felt really beautiful. I loved my makeup and my hair, and Natalia was really easy to work with in terms of like the posing. I did look through Pinterest at some different kind of photo styles that I liked, and we came up with a few ideas. These turn out so beautiful. The skin is just giving. My hair felt very me, even though it had been curled. Like, this is my natural hair. It just felt like a bit more glamorous, but still very me. This is my favorite photo from the whole shoot. Like, that's me very much. It looks exactly like me, but I'm like, is that me? And the lying down one, that was Nikki's idea. NS Beauty, she was giving Beyonce apparently, so I followed the creative direction, and it was just a really fun, really casual 30 minutes in and out of the shoot. Which brings us to the most recent. This shoot was with Chunky Stuff to Dark, Erin. Erin used to live in Darwin. She's now relocated to Gold Coast, Brisbane area. Honestly, she posted that she was coming back to Darwin, I think it was like in January or February, and I was like, yes, this is my sign, because I missed the opportunity when she was living here. And paid my deposit, secured my sunrise, and was like, perfect. So I was already in a deficit for my first Jug Fit shoot. I was like, talking to Steph, we'll do a quick diet break, and then we'll go back into it up until the July shoot. My body had other plans. I was so stressed and overwhelmed and just not coping with it. So that didn't happen. Confirmed my shoot, was literally 48 hours out, and I was like, how do I get out of this? I don't care about losing the deposit. What I care about is I don't want to be in the beach in front of a camera when I don't feel like I'm my best self. And the whole idea of Erin's photography is that it is all self-love. Capture where you're at. She will tell you as soon as you get there, you are not allowed to say anything negative about yourself. You can have, like, obviously you can have areas of your body that you might not feel as comfortable about and you would like want to kind of conceal them a little bit more, but you're not allowed to talk negatively about yourself in this shoot. Woke up, did my hair and makeup, get to the beach, and the moon has this beautiful like moonlight across the water, and it was a full moon. It was just absolutely stunning, and so we got these photos, and honestly, unreal. Like, they were so beautiful. The thing about Erin is she is the biggest hype girl you have ever met in your life. She's just pumping and gassing me up the whole time. I was so pumped up. I was feeling so good. And then we went into these photos, and then once the sun was up, we started getting some with like the sun flare. So when I was talking to Erin just before my shoot, she asks you to send through some photos of the kind of vibe that you're after, what you would like to achieve in the session, what are your wardrobe ideas, and things like that. So I had a couple of options, but I ended up just staying with my black one piece that had a cheeky bottom in the back. And I thought like a huge bunch of eucalyptus would just be really beautiful. And thankfully went to Coles that morning. I had 2 bunches left. I grabbed my 2 bunches and headed off to the beach. And like, I'll put some photos here where she's done like framing and some sun flares through the eucalyptus. They're just so beautiful. The vision was met tenfold. I love all of them. Trying to pick 10 photos from her was incredibly hard. I did pay for a couple of extra, and then we finished. We were walking back, and then there's like this little rock pool, and she's like, quick, get in. So I'm standing on rocks, I'm lying in the rock pools, and it just kept going. We were there for like a pretty significant amount of time, but it was just such a fun experience, and one that was so positive, and I'm so grateful for. It was a very different energy, intention going into that shoot, that I think that one was my favorite because it was just me as I am, and an active act of loving myself and loving my body. I don't have anything booked for the rest of the year, but like, never say never. Who knows what opportunities will come up. If you have any questions, reach on out. Alright, I gotta go study because you girls are full-time uni student now, so bye.